What's up, everybody? Welcome to another video. Welcome to Sire's Domain, where we talk a lot about politics as well as the entertainment industry, because you and I both know that the entertainment industry is dribbling with a lot of politics. Now, today, there is something that I wanted to point out before we actually get into the story, because I want to talk about this young man called King Randall. I want to talk about King Randall because this guy is an absolute model. He's a 21-year-old and a Marine veteran in the US who's actually trying to do things for kids in his neighborhood, kids that are facing so many challenges. I'm talking about black kids who have maybe gone through various experiences, and he has decided to create a school for them where he teaches them how to read, how to behave, chivalrous behaviors, and how to, generally be successful in life. He teaches them how to be a mechanic and so many other things. And this guy is an absolute model to the black community, and this is what the black community need. You know that, and I know that. Like, if you really want to curb, if you really want to curb all this crime and whatever, create opportunities for your people and you have less crime. If you have less crime, you're going to have less interactions with the police. If you have less interaction with the police, then you're going to have less of this innocent deaths or people being shot, or this disproportionate police brutality towards black people would reduce. But do people want that? Because what we are actually seeing now is black people actually standing in the way of black success. That's what we are actually seeing with the story right here. So I just wanted to give you that lay down, because the Democrats, the liberals, woke leftists, all these people put together will want to have you believe as a black person that our biggest issue right now, our biggest problem is white supremacists. And that anywhere you are in the world, if you're a white person, you need to forgo your whiteness because you're part of the white supremacist system and you're oppressing black people. We're not facing any oppression, not real oppression outside world. We're facing one in our heads. And the moment you see someone wake up and try to wake other people up, you're going to get black people, not white supremacists, trying to stop them. I'm going to show you this video, and I've probably shown you this video before, by King Randall versus Roland Martin. Roland Martin is a liberal, and I'm not trying to tell you people like, hey, hate Roland Martin. Sometimes he's right, sometimes he's wrong, but you would see a typical example of a black person trying to stop another black person from succeeding, or actually trying to discredit that black person who's trying to do what's better for black people. Check this out.
Get out and go do for self in our own communities. So
define do for self.
When I say do for self, you shared one of my tweets, my videos, and I was actually a big fan of yours, but you shared one of my tweets when I said black people need to stop begging the government and go and do for self out in our communities. You shared the video and called me an idiot. I didn't see anything idiotic about that statement at all.
So when you say do for self, like what? Mm-hmm. Explain that.
Okay, for example, here in Albany, Georgia, we complain about our school systems a lot. Many of our young men can't read. They have very horrible literacy rates. We don't have any rehab programs here for juvenile offenders. What I decided to do, I started a program 2 years ago, decided to do for self, and I started taking children into my home. I started taking custody of kids from juvenile court, and I started molding them and training them and teaching them skill trades, etc. Now I'm 21 years old. I just purchased a school here in Albany, Georgia, to combat us being in the government-funded schools that are not teaching our children what they need to learn. So that's what I mean by do for self, simply getting up and going out and do it.
So
I beat the stereotype that I'm young, black, in America, and I can't do anything because somebody's holding me down. Absolutely not.
So a question.
Teenagers went and go ahead. Me and some teenagers went and bought a school, and we just bought a school bus simply from going out and doing work. We decided to go fix our own communities. I'm not expecting anything from no politician. I'm not expecting nothing from Donald Trump, Joe Biden, or nobody. We're going to go do it for ourselves, and that's what I believe we need to be doing. I can vote, sure, but nothing's going to change in our community.
So you went to...
So that was him a couple of months ago being blocked by Roland Martin. Roland Martin wants to have you think that you're in trouble, and the only person that can solve that problem for you is the government, and not just any government, specifically the liberal government, because that's what he's pushing. Because these are the people that continue to tell you as a black person that you are a victim of systemic racism. But this is a black guy in the so-called systemic racism who's making it. And he has realized this. He's not trying to behave like LeBron James, who has also made it in the so-called systemic racist system, playing in a league that is well dominated by black people. Nobody talks about that black people are disproportionately dominating basketball and dominating the NFL. Nobody says that about a systemic racist country. If it was systemically racist, you wouldn't see black people playing basketball at all. But the most successful basketballers and the most successful sports people that I know in America are black people. They're rich and they move away from black neighborhoods and they move to white neighborhoods for a reason, But they tell the rest of you that, nope, don't look at me. Don't look at the fact that I'm making it. No, there is systemic racism and that's what's holding you down. But I can make it in that same systemic racism, but you can't. Now, hear the continuation of the story, and this is why I'm making this video right now, because this guy is currently being blocked by the system, right? It's being blocked by the system. And this is what I said in the beginning, that there is a systemic problem. Of course, every country has a systemic problem, but the problem is not systemic racism. So let's listen to this guy and see what's happening now with the school that he was boasting about that he just bought. Just see what happened, because he's being blocked from actually acquiring that school.
What needs to happen to solve this problem?
I definitely think all of us should hold our leaders accountable in their different positions where they are in each of their cities. I feel like watching media and looking on social media, et cetera, is kind of taking us backward because we're not holding our leaders accountable. We're pointing fingers, at everyone else except our leaders, and we won't hold them responsible for what's going on in our communities.
King, I've been so proud of your trajectory because you're out there fighting for the community every single day. You just bought some land. You're helping raise young men up, teaching them about firearms. You're educating them. Tell us about what you do every day.
Well, I work with children. I've been working with them for 2 years now. I actually started taking temporary custody of children in my home. I work with children that have been molested, that have been sexually abused, that have been starved at home, etc. These children don't have anywhere to sleep, and I take them into my home and I make things happen. And we were in the
You can imagine what this guy is actually doing for his community. Such a great guy. What he's doing for his community is, applaudable. But is he being applauded by black leaders? Is this guy being promoted that this is the way black people should think and this is the way black people should do things? No, absolutely not. But LeBron James will be hailed. A criminal dies, they will be glorified. They will be painting angel wings on them. But people like this that are alive, that are actually making things happen for black lives that actually matter. The real black lives that are alive. The dead one, it matters, but they're dead. They don't have a life anymore. What about the ones that are alive? Don't they matter? Don't they matter as well? Anyway,
process of opening a school for these children in the city of Albany. We're actually purchasing a school from our local school system, and we've been working on a deal for 7 months with our local school system, but they've been giving us pushback and trying to do things that are blatantly counterproductive to what we were trying to do. We were trying to open our own private school in the city of Albany, yet our school board leadership doesn't want those things to happen.
So the school board leadership, you're trying to help kids. You got a proven track record. The kids love you. Look at them in the ties, guys. This is Black America right here. Tell me what they're doing exactly to try to block you from helping these kids.
Man, I love the sort of question that this guy asks. He very detailed, very precise. I don't care what you want to think about the station that he is on, whether you want to think that Fox News is a white supremacist station. I'm not trying to praise Fox News. I'm just trying to talk about the kind of questions that this guy brings up. And he's a black person, remember. Think about that.
Absolutely. Well, we're actually trying to purchase a school from them that was up for demolition. Mind you, I'll say again, the school was up for demolition, and they gave us a contract back, a purchase sale agreement that said they wanted $500,000, or over $500,000 for this school that was up for demolition. And I wasn't even really too upset about that until I got the contract stipulations. I've never seen a purchase sale agreement where the seller tells the buyer what they can and can't do with the building. They put in the contract and said that the deed of conveyance shall contain a use restriction, that we cannot use the school that we're purchasing to open a private or a charter school unless the Doherty County school system is providing the core educational services, meaning they would get funding for the students coming to our school and we can't teach what we want to teach. We have to paying them to handcuff us to them. And I find that absolutely absurd how you're trying to do that to some children and make me sell my children out for $1. Absolutely not. I believe, and the taxpayers want this school to be Doherty donate it to us. And the school superintendent told our community that the only way they could donate the school to us is if that we could prove that the school would be public benefit for the community. And clearly our school and our track record for the Expo Boys is.
So basically what this guy's trying to say is that I'm trying to create a system that is better than the system that already exists. Because right now, when you talk about the system that exists in that particular county, over 70% of the kids that are at the same level of the kids that he's training, teenagers, cannot read. They're not being successful at all. And this guy is creating a system where children can go in there and can better their lives. They can learn how to read. They can learn vocational trades. They can better themselves, become more, how do I call it? What do you call this word? More, model citizens. God, why can't I? Easy. Model citizens. They can become more model citizens. People that you can look up to. People that can develop their environment. They can make their environment better. They can better their community, right? And these people are blocking them, saying, look, we will allow you take this school that we're about to demolish anyway, but we will allow you use this school if you continue the terrible bad work or the good work that we've been doing all along. So in other words, we will get all the fundings. We will make sure that your education, we are going to throw it away. And you're going to follow the same line of education that has led a lot of black people in this community to failure. And that's what we want. If you don't adhere to our own agreements, well, then we can't sell you the building. It's as simple as that. And we can donate it to you. That's what they're doing. And these people, these members of this school board, when I first heard about this, as a normal black person, I would assume that it's white supremacist people. This school board must be white supremacists that don't want black people to succeed, right? That's what you're all going to think. I bet that's what many of you are going to think, that why white supremacists are responsible for this. Well, I decided to Google the school board, and the things that I found out were highly surprising. But before we get into that, let's finish this interview, right?
It's proven. We're not an up and starting program. We've been running for 2 years. We have an 86% reading comprehension rate, 0% recidivism. Every child that's come to us from jail has never been back. And the school board knows, our superintendent knows, that we have children in the juvenile system waiting on this school to be open. We have children that are in foster homes and group homes waiting for this school to be open. We have many parents waiting for this school to be open. And I've been stalling these parents for 7 months because they say that they are so busy that they cannot get this deal done. And I find it absolutely absurd that I have to keep telling these children to wait. And I decided today that I was going to cancel those negotiations with them because I had to get 3 phone calls after we had a meeting with our school superintendent that said, allegedly, that he said that we were a competition and he didn't want to donate.
See, there it is,
school.
right there. There it is. King, is that the...
You can imagine. So you can see. They don't want the competition. I tell you, the real reason is this. They don't want people to start to see the crap that they have been feeding to their own community. They don't want people to see, because if this guy has a better success rate than them, then it'll be a problem for them. It'll be a problem. A lot of people are going to take their children away from those schools and put them in this school. Now let's check out who these white supremacist people are. I want you to understand it. The school board's chairperson is called Dean Finazzi or something. He's black. And the school superintendent, he's black. These are members of the school board. There are some white people in there as well. But these people are the people that are calling the shots, right? Why would they not want to fight for something like this in the black neighborhood? I just want to ask, are they white supremacists as well? I just want to ask. I'm just curious about it. Explain to me how these people are white supremacists. Now, I'm not trying to deny the existence of white supremacists or whether they are not causing a problem. But in today's world, they're not responsible for you and I's problems. They're not. I've never encountered one. So let me know what you think about this whole thing in the comment section below, because I'm tired of us getting deceived, and I'm tired of trying to make clean videos that everyone's going to like. You're all not going to like this. I really don't care. But if you do like it, please don't forget to hit that like button down below. I'm trying something new with these videos. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like button, comment, subscribe, because YouTube is going to start putting ads on my videos without me actually getting any money from those ads. And the only way I can get some of those money is if you guys subscribe and I hit 1,000 subscribers. Help me out to hit that 1,000 subscribers. I want to thank you guys, and I really do massively appreciate it if you do. So with that, I'm going to be catching you guys next time. It's really been great talking to you today. See you guys on the next one. Peace, and Saya's out.